You know, sometimes in the Destiny community, there are good weeks and there are bad weeks. And then there's weeks like this, where Bungie is just out here taking W after W after W, and man, it feels good to see. I mean, let's just be straight up here. This is the best Iron Banner in Destiny 2 history. This is the best Iron Banner week we have had since it came back to Destiny 2, and I really can't think of many from Destiny 1 that were any better, mainly because I didn't play Destiny 1, so you take that for what you will. Anyways, my name is Lionheart, welcome back to the Crucible Brothers, and yes, today we're going to be talking about Iron Banner and the brand new game mode Eruption, otherwise known as the biggest dub Bungie has taken in PvP in a very long time. If you haven't hopped in, I highly recommend you try it. It is one of the fastest and most fun game modes they've ever introduced. I'm having an amazing time with it. We'll talk about all the pros, the few issues, and also some gameplay strategy, what you should be doing to most effectively win your games here in Eruption. And yeah, we're just going to kind of have fun with it today. It's going to be a little bit of a loose video. We're coming off of that very highly structured, meme-heavy Arc 3.0 video we did a few days ago, which, by the way, make sure you go check that out. We're very happy with that video. We'll link that above. And yeah, before we get too far into it, make sure you take a second, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Please go ahead and do that, or you will never get Touch a Mouse from Kingsfall. Yeah, I went there. Anyways, just for a quick rundown, if you've been living underneath a stone and haven't played any Iron Banner yet, Eruption is a new kind of like Clash and Mayhem squished together game mode, where your goal is to get to a score of 150 to win the game. And the whole conceit of the game mode is to be aggressive and push kill streaks. When you get your first kill, it's the same as normal Crucible. You get the same amount of ability and super energy as you would normally. But every kill after that, up to 5, will start giving you more and more ability and super energy. And once you hit a 5 kill streak, you are now erupted. And once you are erupted, you have a 15-second timer. If you don't get a kill within 15 seconds, you blow up. That's the first downside. You're also marked with wall hacks for the entire enemy to see. To compensate for all that, if you get kills while erupted, you gain 12% super and 40% for all of your abilities. You also count for 3 points per kill and enter into the hunt as if you had triple cap in traditional control Iron Banner. On top of that, your teammates also benefit from you being erupted. Your teammates will gain a 5% super and 10% ability bonus to all of their kills, which is great. It helps to snowball your team as well. This creates a mayhem light environment where players who go on kill streaks are going to be able to get 4, sometimes maybe 5 supers in a match, and most players are going to get 2, maybe 3 supers in a match, which is way more than your traditional 1, sometimes 2 in a standard Crucible game. This really helps to push the pace of the game mode. What I like about this is that, like, regular Mayhem is way too fast because heavies every 5 seconds, supers are every 10 seconds, it's just way too much. But this is right in between Clash and Mayhem to where it's definitely faster than standard Team Deathmatch, but it's not overly fast. I really like the pace of Eruption as a game mode. Now, here's the thing, right? There is kind of one obvious downside, and that's that most people, unfortunately, play the game like a bitch. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's a lot of people who play back, they don't want to get erupted because they don't want to have the wall hacks on them, they don't want to worry about the timer, so they're just going to kind of play around the 4 kill streak to get more supers than normal, or play back in team shot, and then as soon as they get close to being erupted, they're just going to die, or they're never going to get there. They're just going to kind of float in that 2 to 3 kill streak range, and just farm the extra energy. And sure, that is technically an effective way to play the game, but this is a party game mode, and what I want to emphasize is that you should embrace the chaos. This game mode is designed for you to be the most disgusting, gremlin-like, W key enthusiast in the world. You're supposed to strap your stompies on. You're supposed to equip your Dune Marchers onto your forehead, surgically attach your shotgun to your chest, and make sure that you are as far up your enemy's asshole as humanly possible. That is the point of the game mode. It is supposed to be aggressive. It is supposed to be absolutely over the top, everyone pushing each other at the same time. And the moment you get erupted, that is when you should embrace the aggression the most, because you're moving faster, you have supers faster, your abilities are regenerating faster. That's when you should be the most goblin-like aggressive person you can humanly be. Yeah, but Lion, I don't like being wall-hacked. It gives the enemy an advantage. They're just gonna sit back and team shot me. Okay, Who cares? Make them think that there's boss music playing. Become the final boss. Embrace the challenge. Yeet around the corner with a ballistic slam. Or go invisible. Blink around as Hunter. Use your grenades. Do whatever you can to annoy them. And then ultimately, just be better. Embrace the challenge. Outduel them. Rub it in their face when you go on a 10 kill streak, even though they have all the advantages to win the fight. That's the best part of the game mode. Because here's the thing, right? Even though the enemy has just been given an advantage because they can see you through walls, the enemy still has to go out of their way to challenge and beat who is the current best player in the lobby. Because if you're on the streak, presumably you're doing well. Presumably you're a good player, right? And that means you should be better than whoever you're facing. And you should take advantage of that. Embrace that challenge, man. That feeling when you get around the corner and you just start out-dueling motherfuckers when they should be beating you, it's very cathartic. It's super fun. It makes you feel like a badass. There is like an actual power fantasy to this game mode, where once you're erupted, if you can chain that streak and keep it going, not only are you rewarded with the ability to spam supers, you just feel rewarded in general because you overcame the odds once the enemy had the advantage shifted onto them. Now, on a slightly more serious note, I do think that there is one legitimate issue with the game mode. I don't have a problem with the rule set. I don't have a problem with any of the timers or the scoring mechanics. I have a problem with two specific things. One, it seems like the Mercies take a little too long. If you're getting your back blown out, it feels like it takes longer than in your average control game to get out of there and get back in queue. I kind of wish the Mercy was brought down a little bit, just so that if you're getting absolutely destroyed, you're not sitting there suffering too long. And if you're one of those stomp queue lobbies who 6-stack to get your wins, you get your wins faster. It's a win-win. You know, these things happen. People farm Iron Banner for drops. I'm not mad about it. There's no SBMM in the playlist. These things are just going to happen. So make the Mercy system a little bit easier to achieve. That way people can get in and out faster out of these bad matchups. The other legit issue, I think, is going to be map rotation, because there are quite a few of the bigger maps that I don't think cater very well to what this game mode is trying to be. This is a very fast-paced, almost like arena-like game mode. Like, this wouldn't be out of place in a game like Quake or Halo with the small, symmetrical arena-style maps. And that means once you go into maps like Disjunction, the Fortress is also pretty bad, and then Convergence. Those are the three that stand out to me as being kind of the worst for the game mode. The other big maps like Widow's Court, Midtown, Eternity, I actually find they don't play very bad at all because they have a lot of close spawn locations. So even then, the big problem is on some of the bigger maps, if you get erupted, you don't have time to cross the map to the next spawn and get a kill before your timer runs out. Convergence, Disjunction, and Fortress are really bad about that. The Fortress specifically, I want to call it as I think the worst map for Eruption in the game, because it's far too easy for teams to camp certain locations of the map and not engage. If a team is smart, what they can do is they can play around the C control point and hold the caves and never force a spawn flip, making it very hard for the enemy team to push and get into fights because it's very easy to just double team the few entrances into the caves. Creating a situation where smart teams can just control one side of the map, never push, and create a very frustrating scenario of camping. This has happened to me a few times, and I find it very, very dumb to play against. Other than that, I think the rest of the maps in the game work for Eruption. Even stuff like the bigger maps, like Widow's Court, Bannerfall, like I said, I think they're just fine. If you just trim Disjunction, Fortress, and Convergence, I think you'd have a much tighter map pool for this game mode. In general, I think Bungie should look into tuning maps to each playlist. Now that we're starting to get more maps back finally, I think we could tune down and have certain maps for certain game modes again, which would be a nice change of pace, because let's be real, there's certain game modes that just don't work for certain maps. Okay, is there anything else? Is there anything else I need to talk about when it comes to this game mode? Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay, so, yes, there is. There is one thing that I almost forgot to mention that is maybe the only thing I don't like about this game mode, and that is the sort of obnoxious VFX when you get kills and start erupting. They need to be toned down. It's, you know, I'm not photosensitive, I don't think. I've never had a seizure in my life, but man, is it a little bit annoying to have all the pulsing lights on screens, especially when you get multi-kills. It can be a little jarring, a little tough to deal with at times. It makes me a little bit motion sick, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I don't know. Bungie's talked a lot about photosensitivity recently, and, yeah, maybe flashbanging the screen every kill is not a good move. Yeah, it might just be how that is. But other than that, game was 10 out of 10, man. It's really gonna suck next week when it's gone, because this has been the most fun I've had in the Crucible in quite a while. So, if you guys haven't tried it yet, make sure you get out there, play some Iron Banner. The new sidearm is amazing. We'll have a video on that soon. Yeah, other than that, make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you in a new video very shortly. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.